얘들아 안녕? 오늘 처음 보는데
Hello everyone, and nice to meet you all. I'm Ivan. How's life for today? And now I'm gonna talk about the moving cover top the June 1909. And then there is the gangster next to already changing it up, and then you can look at this, check it out. The beginning of the film called Degi, who has the called Nadegi, where you can call the Degi. There is a fighting the front of the school, and he is worse the fighting allowed. Degi is looking for apartment, and he is the president DPR and the house respective DPR, and have get a been accessment to house the of the respective. Is how the student. There is called the mostly the skin tan the meeting there is the asking out because he is called the teacher student, and then he throws a bit of the teacher. Match the point anyone how the master because the student it has to the role the person, and then the leader of the school is the pessimist, but all of the teacher give me the solution and give me the average. And then Master Royed Manolo call the Degi without the second. Degi I never think about it on Degi of reading school on the scooter. All of the student Degi looking push up the student a cigarette piece. He up, but the student the challenge Degi gave the student. Also a right why and the fighting the student, and then the student afraid to Degi. So they welcome to the by other teacher. The other teachers are happy they have the new. Degi was to class by Hall at the bad class, and Jackson are fighting, and the Degi looking for the Jackson are fighting, and the baby about the Jackson second baby they will explain because he's the rock. Degi reflects them had the master not be explained down. After school, Degi helped the master how it seemed that I think the Mr. How the falling in love with him, and she is the teacher who like him, and there is someone is the angry with the student, and then Degi are fighting, and then the son meets to the leader a gangster, and in a school there is the leader gangster. Gang Justin and Gang Steven. To get the Jackson join to him because the Jackson join because the water win. But eventually Jackson thrown down of the because he didn't want to fight anymore. Degi eating and getting a call from Degi eating the call from her old high school friend who had the place the Degi go to the bank, and Degi fighting by alone, just alone. Degi are fighting, so Degi immediately refers because Degi just hope to, and the fighting was the enemy moment ago because of the business. So they immediately refused because Degi didn't want to be like used to be. On the other hand, the Master Paijo was looking in this background opening all the files, the decks, and even though Paijo now did the background. Then Jackson tried to destroy a part of the Erin smoking. This was done so the Jackson could join gang. And even Paijo in the teacher loved the teacher about the background. And now Degi is the leader gangster a moment ago. Like because the Paijo is dislike Degi because Paijo is like Mr. Hall. After school, Jason is to join Jason. Jason is join gang and Eve Paijo. After this, Degi was disturbed by his father. His father disagree like Degi are fighting still until time they become the teacher and is the misunderstanding. And the next day the gang will fighting the teacher. Coach the gang the found just gang and Steven. Steve was surprised. The Jackson joined the gang in enemy of the fight. And Degi is a coming surprise to gang, yet Digby and ignorant leader was the beat. At the first Degi overcome the situation, but with attack Degi he was hit, and Jackson immediately helped the Degi against harm them well. Against of the teacher, just the Degi and the pace for all of the students. And the next day Degi was the expert from the school signed the particle truck was Degi is failed. The current the student didn't let go. And the last video, she says that the meet the Degi and she said for the Degi was a giving interest by is the father.